Ask anyone what comes to mind when you say ancient Egypt, and I would bet you that they say mummies.
Mummies are the preserved bodies of the dead. The ancient Egyptians believed that preserving the body meant it would live on in the afterlife. This was true of everyone, not just pharaohs. So everyone wanted to be mummified after death.
The ancient Egyptians seemed to believe that their physical body would be reunited with their soul in the afterlife.
Mummies are evidence of this, and it sets ancient Egypt apart from other civilizations. They believed that after death, the soul left the body, but that at night it would return to it to receive new life. That's why the body had to be preserved.
For the ancient Egyptians, life after death is just as, if not more important than life before death. And that's why mummies are a vital part of our countdown.
The ancient Egyptians were obsessed with mummification. In fact, some estimates suggest that they created over 70 million mummies. Absolutely amazing.
There were so many mummies being produced in ancient Egypt, they got it down to an absolute art form. It must have been like a production line, a modern factory, a mummy factory.
In the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, you can see the mummies of the pharaohs. The warrior king, Amenhotep II. The great monument builder, Ramses II. And his father, Seti I.
Mummification was an incredibly intricate procedure. All of the organs were removed with surgical precision, including the brain, which was extracted through the nose.
They would soak the bodies in vats of chemicals to dry them out and preserve the flesh.
And the body was packed with salt. This was a key to preserving it.
Next, the Egyptians would apply layer and layer of bandages, and this is what allowed the body to be perfectly preserved for thousands of years.
And the Egyptians didn't let any part of themselves go to waste.
There's evidence that the pharaohs and the queens even had their sex organs dried and wrapped.
These incredibly preserved mummies have survived for millennia. Of course, the pharaohs were mummified better than anyone else. The Egyptians believed that all living things had souls, so they wanted their pets mummified too. Then they could be together in the afterlife. Across Egypt, there were vast cemeteries filled with the mummified bodies of family cats and dogs. And even the crocodiles kept to guard the temples of ancient Egypt were mummified. Mummies have shaped our view of Egyptian belief. Because of mummies, we know that the Egyptians thought the afterlife was a physical place, as much for ordinary people, and even animals, as for the pharaohs. And as an icon of ancient Egypt, they've thrilled generations and kept Egyptology very much alive and kicking.
It's absolutely iconic, the idea of these dead bodies preserved forever, wrapped in bandages. All the gruesome stories are true.
While mummies have shaped our view of how Egyptians looked at the afterlife,